It's Taking Credit For. We're back. It's Scott and Neil. We're in the sewers where we belong.
It's me. I'm in the sewers.
Neil's the part-time gamer.
One of them. You can find me at... Oh, the boots are just right here?
They're just right there, yeah.
I honestly was expecting like a little bit of a...
Well,
okay.
You gotta use them to escape.
There we go. I got the light speed shoes. Yes, ptgamers.org and like Twitter, Twitch, all that kind of stuff at that Neil J.
Make sure you spell Neil right, because I've misspelled it a couple of times and lost him.
Neil for those who care.
Who can't spell.
I mean, Neil's kind of a weird one. Like, I definitely remember being a kid. What am I supposed to press? Okay.
Hold B until you turn shiny, and then let go. There you go.
Did I just, like, time that perfectly on accident? Because he didn't even say the, like, ready.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we do also have the delay.
Oh, okay.
Fair. There's like a half a second delay on what we hear and what's going on.
That is fair. Anyway,
Find him at Neil J. He's great. We're playing more Sonic.
Play more Sonic. I'm gonna keep going fast.
Continue to go fast. So at the end of the last episode, Neil was saying that the headset that he was wearing was not quite doing the trick at this point, and he turned it to me, and it's a
shit.
It's a soundproof Bose headset that's really good for this, but also it requires one battery cell. And the battery was dying. So I was like, oh, the reason it's screaming at you is because the battery's dying. And so I went to find the replacement batteries, and there were none. Classic me. And we decided that it would just be easier to like pull out of a pile of like usable earbuds. But anyway, sorry, I digress. The headphones are very important to me for this, not for the quality of the product, which they're Bose, they're great. But for how I acquired them. In media res, we're at a coffee shop in this town of ours that I used to work at, and there's a guy who came in and bought a cup of hot water. We don't charge people for hot water at this cafe, but he gave us a loonie just to, I guess, earn it. I don't know.
Why?
I don't know. He was very weird, and he went to the counter and he sat down, and he went on his laptop and he was working away, real hard, working away. And he kind of didn't talk to anybody for like 4 hours, and then he just got up and left in a tizzy.
All right.
So it just felt sketchy. But what he left at his little spot was this sort of like hard case that sort of looked like the shape of over-ear headphones. Mm-hmm. And I went over to clean up his area, and I found them. And they were the Bose headphones that are now being discussed. And they kind of... I don't know, they looked really nice. And I was like, okay, I'm going to put these in the Lost and Found, and I'm going to leave them for 3 weeks. And if 3 weeks from today they are not claimed by this very strange man, they're Scott's new headphones.
Shit. Okay.
And 3 weeks later, I brought them home.
They were Scott's new headphones.
Exactly. And that's almost the exact same thing that happened with my external hard drive for my Xbox. I found almost the same thing. Weird guy came in, left a hard drive. Hard drive went into the Lost and Found. I was like, this is super sketchy. What if it's like why would he leave a hard drive? What if it's
like
filled
what kind
with
of scary shit is on there?
What sort of crime is hidden on this hard drive? And so 3 weeks later, I brought it home and I plugged it in, and it was formatted to a Mac instead of a PC. So I was like, okay, I will never be able to view these files.
Perfect.
So I formatted it, and it got wiped completely. And then I was like, let's check how much space is on this hard drive. And it was a 4 terabyte external.
Jesus.
So that is the reason.
That's huge.
Exactly. That's like a $300 hard drive here in Canada. But I managed to... that's how we have so many fun games to play on this channel.
Yeah, dang.
Yeah.
I wish I had a hard drive that big.
Right?
Sounds amazing.
It was a good find. 2 good finds.
Well, I promised that I was going to talk about Yoku, which is well-timed for this level, actually. I swear I did not plan it this way.
Is it a pinball game?
Yoku is a Metroidvania pinball game.
Oh.
Yeah.
Interesting.
It's very weird, not quite what you would expect, and like very just like fun and like happy joy times.
Happy joy times for something that's described as a Metroidvania. That sounds very strange.
Yeah, it's not like intense and difficult. It's just it's like an open world, or not an open world, but you know what I mean. The kind of open world you would get in a Metroidvania. Like
sure.
You can just walk around
there's
the world.
There's a world map that you can interact with.
Yes, and then you will... What?
What?
Hey, come on. Guys. There we go.
Come on, guys. There it is. Do the shakedown.
But, like, it gives you the... It gives you all kinds of...
Now, there is... I'm going to cut you off, sorry. Yeah. I apologize greatly, but there is a screen tear glitch in this level where in the entryway to this vault, you can do a, like, charge spin, like, kind of back here a little bit, actually. Back it up. On that ramp there.
Oh, this?
Where you can do a, like, spin charge that can sort of launch you through the architecture of the level. Kind of like that, but, like, it'll actually, for some reason, break and send you even higher up. And you don't need to spend a single ring, and you can complete the level.
Just get the thing? Yeah. I could see that.
I've only pulled it off one time. It's very, very tricky, but it is baked into this port as well. So It is something you can pseudo rely on. Anyways, Yoku. Metroidvania.
So it's kind of a Metroidvania. But it's just a bunch of pinball tables kind of throughout this world, and the way you navigate the world is, you know, hitting bumpers and stuff, right?
Okay.
I started speedrunning that game this year.
Okay.
Which was very fun. That game is a lot of fun and goofy, and you can do some cool stuff with the any %.
Oh, sure.
But the any % also got blown open from a, like, 48-ish minute run to a 7.5 minute run.
Holy shit.
Because those of us doing the run discovered that there was a break in the map in one place.
Okay.
And with that break in the map, you could teleport into the last phase of the final boss.
Oh my god.
And the camera would be messed up, so you have to play it blind.
Mm-hmm.
But the last phase is kind of just a gimme anyway.
Okay.
It's just like a goofy, here's a multi-ball thing, you can't really fail out of it.
Just, like an event happening for the sake of the event happening, sort of
So
thing.
it becomes a kind of RNG-ish, like, hey, how fast can I get this to happen while blind?
And so it's 7-ish minutes at this point?
So now it's like 7.5 minute run.
God damn.
And it's really funny because it looks so broken when you're doing that skip. Because you fall through the world, get caught on a ledge behind behind a piece of terrain, so you can't even see yourself. And then you just walk off that ledge and fall into the final boss fight.
Oh my god.
And, like, the final boss isn't spawned there until you get the thing, like, going.
Sure.
Start doing the event. It's so goofy and weird.
That's really weird. That's super cool, though.
Yeah.
And so, what's the art style of it? Like, if it works in this kind of peculiar sort of Metroidvania pinball way?
It's... Oh, God. It's kind of cartoony.
Mm-hmm.
Almost like cutouts. Like a cutout from a magazine or something, but, like, making creatures.
Okay. So... almost collage-y?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Like kind of a little bit like Tearaway.
Oh, cool.
I think that was the name of that game.
Yeah. Tearaway's the one with the paper, and it was kind of like a Woolly World, but with paper.
Yeah, so it's not quite that, but, like,
not dissimilar.
You could see it a little bit in that way. Just, like, things look kind of cartoony and, like, almost cut out of paper.
Okay.
It's got a, like, bumpin', like, just fun soundtrack going on, cool. and it's, that seems like Sonic just teleported, but okay.
Sonic just forgot what he was doing and went to hell, yeah.
But yeah, it's a really fun, pleasant little game, and I highly suggest it to people if they are into fun, pleasant experiences.
Hey! We only had to do it 2 times.
Yeah, that was only 7 minutes? Jeez.
Not bad.
Alright.
We're doing like Hey Tails.
Hi, Tails.
Welcome to my personal space.
That was like right inside me.
Yep. Oh, now we get to go to the ice world.
Oh no.
Everybody's favorite. Time. Do you think we're gonna get to the point where we play as Big the Cat?
I'm not gonna lie, that's kind of my goal.
Okay.
I want to get far enough to play as Big the Cat.
We in this, alright. Oh man, this is like the most iconic version of Eggman, because this is Eggman before he turned into like a punchline, like in Sonic Boom and things like that.
Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah, okay.
Like this is peak Eggman, where he's still evil and still maniacal, but he's not like a cartoon of himself almost.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. I think he's still pretty dumb and goofy in a lot of ways.
Oh, he is, 100%.
The entire, like, everything I build has my face on it thing is definitely a bit on the goofy
thing. Well, he's almost Batman like that. Here's the egg credit card!
This was the first Sonic game, in the States at least, where they started calling him Eggman, though, right?
I think so, yeah.
Because he was Robotnik up until this game.
Mm-hmm. And I think this is the one where he became Eggman, but also, there was some other dumb thing. I was just the Robotnik Eggman. Oh, I was gonna say right there, when you turned around to grab the key, this is also one of the first instances of Cream the Rabbit showing up in a Western Sonic game.
Oh yeah.
We saw her for like a quick second flying past while you were running to grab that key. And
You're right.
It's like a obscenely weird choice to have a cameo like that, but she only really shows up in that sequence, I believe.
In this game, I think you're right. Funny enough, I remember, as far as like bunny characters in Sonic, I remember Bunny, the like cyborg from
she had like cyborg kicking legs.
Yeah, cyborg legs and like one robo arm or something.
From the Archie comics.
Yeah, Archie comics. Which, like, man, when I was a kid, Sonic was my jam. Yeah,
there was this glorious window between the release of Sonic Mania and Sonic Forces where it finally wasn't embarrassing to be a fan of Sonic the Hedgehog for a little while, which was kind of cool.
Where's my snowboard?
Yeah, what the hell's going on here? But yeah, I was blind to the fact that this game was kind of terrible when I was a child.
Yeah, fair.
And I'll still fight somebody if they tell me that Sonic Adventure 2 is not good, because Sonic Adventure 2 is incredible.
Yeah. Sonic definitely had a rougher time making the transition to 3D.
Into 3D, yeah.
Which makes sense from the, like, how do you make speed feel good in 3D?
Not doing this, that's how. Yeah.
Because there are times in this game where it still feels good.
And there are like in Sonic Generations, there are plenty of sequences where you're running and you're moving through space and you're like switching tracks so that you're like moving.
Yeah.
And that feels great. They kind of figured it out a little bit.
That was definitely like the thing that made it feel a lot better, and like you were actually still playing the game during the fast parts.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, not just like holding up on the joystick and praying.
Yeah. And praying you don't fall through the floor.
Yeah.
Like we experienced at least once so far.
Yeah, that was the one. Oh, man. And it's like... Oh, God.
That was a mistake. Why was I trying to do that? It tells me be careful, and I try to go, like, spin it. Okay.
That's fine.
It's fine. It's fine.
Everything's completely normal.
I got this.
I think that when that bridge appears, you kind of just want to, like, run up it.
Yeah, just walk up it.
Exactly. Ugh. Remember Sonic Forces?
Nope.
Good answer.
It is technically on my Steam wish list.
Ah.
Because there's a part of me that's like, yeah, but it's a Sonic game, Neil.
See, the thing about it, it's not terrible. It's not as bad as the Mystic Rings. It's not as bad as the Black Knight. It's not as bad as a lot of Sonic games.
Is it as buggy as Boom?
It's not even that buggy, no. It's
okay.
Like serviceable. Like the game is playable. The game is clearly finished.
Oh boy.
It's just
wow. There we go.
That it's super mediocre. Like it's really, really like the epitome of a 5 out of 10. It's like it's certainly fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, certainly fine seems fine for a Sonic game these days.
Exactly.
Hey, here's that snowboard.
I think the biggest detriment to it leaving any impact on anybody, like being even worthy of talking about at this point, is the fact that Sonic Mania came out like 2 months before it, and Sonic Mania is, I would dare to say, a perfect Sonic the Hedgehog game.
Sonic Mania plays the way I remember the old games playing,
mm-hmm.
and that's great. It is the nostalgia trip.
Yeah.
Even though I've definitely heard arguments about those old Sonic games not being great because people are like, oh, you're supposed to go fast, but the game doesn't let you go fast.
The game wants you to jump and puzzle, and it's like, well, just shut the... There's no accounting for taste, so whatever.
Well, okay, so here's actually the thing that gets me.
Mm-hmm.
First of all, a lot of the Sonic is about going fast. While, yes, it is true, Sonic tended to be faster.
Mm-hmm.
The idea of that was mostly from the marketing.
Yeah.
And, like, the first Sonic game, second level, you are already slowing down for jumping.
Exactly.
So to say, like, Sonic games are about going fast, it's like,
Do you really remember ever playing a Sonic game? Who's making this argument?
It seems like you're a little off base there, but not even just that, though. The part that gets a little crazier for me is, like, a lot of the people saying, like, oh, you hold right and then you get hurt by things because you run into enemies. It's like, here's a pro secret about playing old Sonic games. Don't hold right, hold down.
Yeah. Just make sure you're... And, I mean, you can't do, like, the charge spin in Sonic 1. That wasn't introduced until Sonic 2. But
yes,
you still can spin, and the spin is attack.
Oh. I hit a wall. Okay, we're good.
Boy.
We're going. We're snowboarding. It's good.
Yoicks on boiks. I was also just going to say that the song that's playing in the background right now is actually incredible, too. As long as we're talking about songs from Sonic.
Oh, Sonic.
Oh,
you know, let's just jump off that wall.
There it is. Hey, all right, we're back. I love a juicy saxophone solo in my, like, pump-up punk rock.
But yeah, definitely pro tip, press down.
Mm-hmm.
When you're spinning, you become a hitbox instead of a hurt box.
Exactly.
And that's kind of what the games are built around. Even the first one is kind of built around that. When you get to, like, the pinball level, if you hold down, you get more momentum every time on the, like, half
the return.
pipes,
Yeah, exactly.
which you need to do things. But, okay.
More on that.
Next time.
Next episode. Yeah, all right.
We got this.
Me and Neil are coming back. Oh, God.
Oh no.
Holy guacamole.
Okay, you know what? Okay, we're good.
Right, he's fine. Everything's fine.
Everything's good.
Me and Neil will be back next episode. Feel free to tell your friends. Sonic the Hedgehog, he's finally back. We're playing him here. Like and comment, maybe. I don't know.
It makes me want to